Come on, bro.
Sorry, I was just holding up how many majors Rory has. Sorry, my bad. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Playbook Podcast. I am very excited to be here. I feel like we were here last year this time talking about the same thing. Here we are again. Guys, Rory did it. He went back to back at the Masters. We're just jumping right in. Hope y'all are good. We're hopping in. Let's go. He went back to back at the Masters. He wins his second green jacket and his sixth major. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of that. It's going to be kind of similar to last year. We're going to kind of break down the round, which shots, break down the whole tournament, talk about which shots that we thought were the biggest, talk about the legacy, talk about the tournament as a whole, what it means to sports, all that. And then, of course, we're going to break down what it means for Rory winning back-to-back green jackets. So we're going to hop right in, Trey. Going into this tournament, I believe we both picked Rory to win this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was my pick to go back-to-back, and he was your pick as well. And, I mean, most of the tournament, it really did look like that was going to be the case, because after the first day, him and Shane Burns were both 5 under. Rory shot a 67 to open the tournament up. Shane Burns did as well. There's a couple guys a couple shots back: Kitayama, Day, Shane Lowry, Patrick Reed. And then after round 2, I genuinely thought that we were going to see a blowout win for Rory. He shot a 65 on Friday. He had 6 birdies in 7 holes starting at the 12th. He went birdie, par, and then finished with 4 birdies in a row, including the chip in on 17. So, he was up 6 strokes. There's a couple guys behind him: Shane Burns, Patrick Reed, Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, and Tommy Fleetwood were all within 7 shots of him. So, kind of then I was like, wow, it really does look like that this tournament is over. And then Saturday came, and Augusta National reminded me why there's no such thing as a safe lead at Augusta National. And some crazy stuff happens. Rory shoots a 73. He goes 1 over. Cam Young goes ballistic. He shoots a 65 to match Rory for the lowest round of the weekend, or of the entire tournament. And then Shane Burns plays extremely well. He's 10 under, and there's a couple other guys within a couple strokes of both of them. But heading into the final round, Cam Young and Rory were both 11 under, and it was looking like it's anybody's game. And now I kind of want to start talking about the last round. We'll go back because there's obviously some stuff from, I think from round 2 that's probably what we need to talk about as well. But just kind of going into that last round, Trey, it at one point I think there was I think there was five guys all within 1 stroke of the lead. And it was looking like it was anybody's game. So or anyone's green jacket. So kind of just going into it, going to that last round, what were you thinking about halfway through when, Rory was at 5, he was 10 under, at 6, he was 9 under. And then Justin Rose was 11 under. It was, so what were your thoughts going into that kind of midway through the last round?
Well, first of all, my Facebook feed on here is kind of acting up, so YouTube will be on. So if you're on YouTube, stay there. Anyway, so my thoughts was going to the last round halfway through. Like, man, it's anybody's ball game. There was a point in the Masters where it was a 2-way tie between everybody.
Yeah,
And like you had even Scottie Scheffler came out of nowhere.
Dude, he was going crazy in the last round. Yeah.
He came out of nowhere and he shot. And unfortunately, that 18, the second shot on 18 was terrible on his standards wise. But I was like, man, this is close. It was close. And then next thing you know, that's that shot. I think Rory clutched up on 12 and also on 15. He clutched up those shots. He needed those shots big time. Because Cameron Young too attacked the 12th hole, that 12th the on hole 12 in the final pin.
Mm-hmm.
And they both made it over the water. Usually, if you attack the final round in the 12th hole with Augusta, you're in the water. I mean, look at 2019 for instance. Bruce Koepka, Francesco Molinari, Tony Finau, they all were in the water. But that is a lot of guts to do that. And that was clutch. After that moment, Rory had full potential. He had that steering wheel going, and he won.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, how Tong Lee was in the mountains. He had a quintuple bogey, and yeah, it was really rough for him. Let me see when that quintuple bogey was. It was on, I believe it was on, yeah, it's on 13. The par 5, he had a quintuple bogey. He was sick going into the third day, so he finished. There's a couple guys. Shane Lowry also shot an 80 in the final round. He was eight under going into the final day. He shoots an 80. He finishes 1 under. He shoots 7 over on the final day. Really, really not very. It's crazy. Augusta's hard.
It gets hard.
Yeah. So the main thing that I wanna talk about for me, watching this, I was able to watch the entire tournament, pretty much I watched all of the first and second day, literally the whole thing. I was able to watch the vast majority of moving day on Saturday, and then I was able to watch all of Rory's round yesterday. So I was able to watch pretty much the whole thing. Thursday, Friday. I watched more than the whole thing. I started watching around 12 on Saturday, and then I was able to start watching Rory's entire round starting from 125 on Sunday. So I watched a lot of golf this week. I saw a lot of players. I saw a lot of shots. I love the Masters app. I was able to watch the featured groups. It was fun the first couple of days watching those featured groups, seeing some of those guys play. Some of those groups were really fun. I really enjoyed watching Brooks. I think he's going to win a major this year. I really do. He looks really, really good. I like the way his game has been shaping up since he came back. And, he said it for the Farmers Insurance Open. He said that he's found his love for the game again. And I think that was, very apparent. He shot 5 under for the whole tournament, which was enough to get him in the top 20. So I do think that he's going to win again. I really do. So I'm excited for when that happens, but I'm going to go back to my guy, Rory. Yeah, I think for me, so, if you think about last year, the shot of the tournament last year was his second on 15.
Yeah.
The shot of the tournament this year was his first on 12.
Yeah.
That was the, cause you're going, man, it's just, if you really look at it, you're in the middle of Amen corner, right? 12 is the middle of Amen corner because it's 11, 12, 13. And this is if you hear any of the greats talk about it, Amen corner, the Masters are won at Amen corner, right?
Yeah.
You win the Masters at Amen corner because it's a par 4, a par 3, and a par 5. And that par 3, it's a short par 3, but for some reason, it really gets everybody. Tigers talked about it. Gary Players talked about it. Jack's talked about it. A lot of the greats have talked about it, how it confuses players because the wind swirls up right in there, the area of the sky up there on 12, and it gets very confusing. And the wind can look like it's going right to left, but your ball goes in the air and the wind goes left to right. And it's a very difficult hole. You've seen a lot of people lose their tournament at 12. And Rory does this sawed off quarter 9 iron that goes right over the bunker, and he puts it to 6 feet. It was the closest shot to that pin placement all day by like 6 feet. The closest previously before that was a 12-foot shot, and Rory puts it to 6 feet and he sinks the birdie. And kind of leading up to that point, here was the leaderboard at that moment when he was on 12. He was 11 under. Scotty was 9 under and rapidly approaching. Scotty was playing very, very good golf. And you had Henley was 10 under.
Mhm.
Rosie was 11 under. And Cam Young, the guy he was playing with, is 10 under. So he had a bunch of guys right there. And when he birdied that hole, from that moment on, that was when he won the Masters, in my opinion. Because, you know, he had a rough start of the day. He had a double bogey on 4, and then he had another bogey on 6. And it was looking rough. I said I was going to stop watching. I didn't stop watching it. I was trying to do the reverse psychology, and it did work. I was like, well, so at one point Rory was down 2. Justin Rose was 11 under. Rory was 9 under, and I was just like, oh man, it's not looking good. He birdies 8, and then he birdies 7 and 8. He was back-to-back birdies, and then that shot on 12. That was so, you know, watching Rory last year hit that shot on 15. I was like, man, that is so crazy. It was a different experience watching him both times, because last year was his first Masters, so it meant a lot. But watching him this year, watching him fight through that early slump after blowing a 12-stroke 36 hole lead, I was like, dude, I don't know what's going to happen. And then in that moment, that was the first time that I had seen a golfer since Tiger Woods, and I was like, dude, he's got it, bro. He's got that dog in him. He went for the pin on 12, Trey. He went in the most nastiest of circumstances. There's 5 guys within 1 stroke of you, or within 2 strokes of you, and one of them's Scotty Scheffler, and one of them's Justin Rose, and one of them's Cam Young, who led the tournament at one point. And I'm just like, man, he went for the pin at 12.
Yeah.
And he paid it off with a birdie. And from that point on, he had another birdie at 13, and that kind of gave him a cushion. And then going into, here you go. I mean, yeah. So he makes that's a huge par. That was a huge par on 11. That was awesome, because Justin Rose was right there. And then he hits this shot on 12, man. Like, are you kidding
Dude,
me?
that's crazy, man.
Are you kidding me? On 12 at Augusta National, and then he pays it off with that birdie? He was icy. He was icy cold, and he finally hit the fairway on this freaking hole for the first time all day. This shot, he got really lucky. He got really lucky right here, because that bunker's nasty. It did stop. He was able to putt it. By the way, his putting off the green, he had another one, and I'd like you to show it too, on 16. His putt off the green on 16, man. For me, if there were 2 shots for the whole round where I was like, man, that's it. That's where he won the tournament. It was the shot on 12, and it was the putt here on 16. So a lot of guys have gotten really close. It was a great pin location. Rory's amped. He cracks it all the way over there, pimps it, and then shades of Tiger right here, man. Tiger had the epic chip here, and then Rory has this putt, and I was just like, what in the world? I thought it was going in for a second. The broadcast did, the patrons did. He puts it to a couple inches and then putts it for birdie. I mean, that was a bogey waiting to happen. Rory 3 years ago at the Masters probably puts that in the water. Like, you know, it's just seeing his evolution as a clutch player, because he's always been clutch, but just not at Augusta, right? He's had hugely clutch moments at Eastlake for the FedEx Cup. He's had huge clutch moments in the U.S. Open, in the PGA Championship, all that, but never Augusta. And seeing him go back-to-back years where he just, like he just shuts the door on everybody, man. Ah, man. Yeah. So for me, I'd say the shot on 12 and that putt on 16 were like the moments for me.
Yeah.
But you know, just for you, where does this tournament rank for you, and like kind of give your experience watching it, kind of like I did?
Yeah. First and foremost, I never thought I'd say this in my entire life. I love basketball. I love football. But I think golf's the greatest sport in the world. I know that's a hot take. I know golf ain't popular like basketball is. Like you have LeBron, you have Curry, but stuff like this and the Masters, it's iconic, bro. Like it was neck and neck. It was literally open. Like Nick said on Saturday, this guy blew a 6-point lead. He couldn't find a fairway. It does that to you, and next thing you know, his confidence was so high going to the final round. I'm sorry to say to you, I know people. I'm not my, like you find me another sport, a sporting event or a sport in general with that much aura on the line. Okay, basketball is a one. It's not a one man show. It's a
Yeah.
team show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may have LeBron James, but it's a team show. At the end of the day, it's a team show. It's a team game. You know, and golf, it's you versus the course. It's you against the course. Yes, yeah, people around you playing, but it's you versus the course. So I think, in my opinion, I think golf's the greatest sport in the world. With that being said, um, I think this Masters was a lot on it. If you look at Jack Nicklaus on Butler Cabin, he said he told Rory to never hit bogey ever again, and he did, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
then Freddie Couple said to Amanda that I don't think this guy's gonna lose ever again in Augusta. Freddie Couple said that, and that's I
Yeah.
mean, because dude, I'm being so for real. The moment this guy was on fire in first round, second round, it was Tiger Woods esque.
Yeah. Day two is it looked. Yeah.
And then top of that, and the last round, he was hitting pars. He hit a double on 8, on 7, But dude, even that's Tiger. No matter what, he was clutch, and it was Tiger esque. It was Tiger esque, dude. Because you think about it, in 2005, and Tiger Woods' final round against Chris DeMarco. Chris DeMarco was pressing him. Tiger was like, "Hey man, I ain't gonna fear you." He was making shot after shot on 12, on 11. Tiger bogeyed that hole, and Chris DeMarco made a birdie on that hole on 12. Tie for par. 13 was not a good hole that day for Tiger Woods. The whole tournament wasn't that great for him, except for the delay round when he had 9 birdies in a row. But it was Tiger-esque because no matter what, he will pull off and he will clutch up and do a crazy putt. And as soon as that 12th hole, I knew Rory had it in his hands. He had it. It was his to lose. 13, I was kind of scared because that second shot looked kind of scary. That putt kind of scared me a little bit too.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's a long putt, bro, off the green to like, and then plus the flag is like the flag is like towards the water. It was kind of scared to see that. But I have to say, watching this Masters, this proves the best sports event. This proves it's the best sports event, man. I mean, you had Stephen A. Smith commenting. He doesn't even watch golf, by the way. He's not a golfer.
Yeah.
He was commenting like, "Bro, this is the best event ever." He said on X. You had Greeny. You had Colin Cowherd today on his show. I haven't watched Nick Wright yet. I don't know what he said about it yet. I'm not sure. But dude, this guy, like this guy was clutch when it mattered most. But I think this probably ranks top. It's tied with the first. For me, I like 19 because it's Tiger Woods' return. 2025 because of Grand Slam of Rory McIlroy, and back to back.
Yeah. So yeah, one thing I did notice, Travis said bowling. That's fire. There are some aura moments in bowling, but I don't I don't know if they're the same. For me, he was doing something really interesting. I've never really seen Rory do before outside of the Open, of course. And he was putting a lot off the greens. And I think he kind of taught, I think next year you're going to see a lot more guys putting off the green because Augusta, I don't think I rank archery and Olympics above golf. Name 5 Olympic archers without looking it up. He's going to look it up and then say 5. But Augusta is so the elevate, right? There's a bunch of elevation changes. And on those downhill, if you're off the green and the pin is located at the bottom of the green, it's downhill. You can chip it, and if you get that first bounce and it checks and then it rolls out, that's great. But there's also a chance that it does not check and it keeps going depending on the firmness of the greens. The Amish one, and Rory putted a lot off the greens. I think you're going to see a lot more people doing that. It was a really smart play both the times. The first time he did it in the last round on 13, he ended up making a birdie. He made a great putt afterwards. And then he did it again on 16, and he was in a very, very dangerous spot. And chipping there is nearly impossible. He could have chipped. Cam Young chipped there as well. And he didn't put it to 3 inches, though, So, no, Cam Young was on the green, actually. I was thinking of a different hole. But I think for me, because his driving was off all day or all week until the final day when he finally hit a couple fairways. The thing that saved him, and I can't believe him, because a lot of the time Rory's putter is what does him in. His putting won him the tournament, and his putting was so good. He made a couple crazy putts. I think he 3-putted once. It was that double bogey on 4. He did 3-putt there. That gave me shades of the 23 US Open. But he pulled it together. That was really his only bad showing on the greens. He had 2-putted. I do believe in the second round he had 24 putts total.
Wow.
I mean, so his putting was on fire. That spider was working really well for him. His wedges were good. His chipping was great. His irons got him in trouble on the 3rd day because he said afterwards, for 3 out of the 4 days, my irons were great. Day 1, 2, and 4. Day 3 on Saturday, he was pulling them left. And he went to the range afterwards. He said he found something. They showed a tracker. He was on the range. He was working with his caddy, Harry Diamond, and they were trying to figure stuff out on that range session on Saturday, figure out why he's hitting it left. And he said he found something, and he proved it. He finally hit a couple fairways with the driver. His irons, he didn't tug too many of them left, and he had a couple really great iron shots. Because if he hadn't gone to the range session and figured that out, that shot on 12, he probably duck hooks because he was just missing left all day Saturday. It's the only reason this is a tournament is because he started getting the left hooks a little bit on Saturday. He figured it out. He made it work, and he finally started hitting some fairways, because when Rory McIlroy hits fairways, there's not a better golfer on the planet. I'm sorry. You can love Scotty all you want. Cam Young is ranked 3rd right now. If you think he's coming, then that's great. There's no one on the planet better than Rory McIlroy when he's actually hitting fairways. There's just not.
I agree.
There's not. He's when he's driving, he's the best. He's the best driver of the golf ball ever. Bryson, love you, bro, but you're not a better driver. Just because you can.
Even Tiger says it too, and he's
even if you hit it further than Rory. But the thing is, though, when they're both doing their tournament swing, it's about the same. Rory led the whole week in driving distance, and he had the longest drive. Bryson was there. I know he only played 2 days, but that's still a lot of tee shots. I saw Rory hit a couple 192 plus mile per hour ball speed drives. The guy is just unbelievable. When he's hitting fairways, when that driver is staying in between the fairway where he wants it, he just can't beat him. And the thing is for most of this tournament, his driver was not doing that, and they still couldn't beat him. So it's like, man, And he mentioned last year, because me and Trey made jokes about him being he was celebrating too much. He was too excited about the Masters win. Dare I say, when he can drive is better than Rory? No. That's just the worst take ever. Phil became a great in his later, when he won the PGA in 22. He won it in 22, right? 21.
Yeah.
When he won in 21. Yeah, you're right.
22, he didn't play because of the whole Saudi Arabia thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and in 21, when he won the PGA, he was driving it great. That's his best driving year ever. It's not nearly as good as Rory's driving. Rory averaged this week 341 yards per drive. He had the long drive at 350. So, he was struggling with accuracy, but he still made it work. When he finally started hitting drives on the last day, outside of that double bogey, he played pretty much perfect golf and did exactly what he needed to do. So yeah, he's the best driver of the golf ball in the world. I think when he's hitting his irons.
Okay, Travis, bro. Here's the deal. Quit the whole DUI crap. Quit it. Cut it out. It's old news now. It was like 3 weeks ago. Okay, I still gotta fathom that the guy, the guy is jacked though. I'll tell you that. The guy is jacked, bro. He has veins popping out, looking like that. Props to his genetics, bro. I mean, that's crazy. But shut up, Travis. Dude, Tiger Woods never missed a cut in the Masters, bro. He never missed a cut in his life since the amateur year, and 95 never missed a cut. He withdrew a couple years ago. That's about it.
Successful rage bait. I didn't forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I think he's the best driver of the golf ball in the world. I think that when his irons are on, he's one of the best iron ball strikers on the planet. He's also one of the best putters, and I think his scrambling is next level as well. So yeah, I think for me, this was a really fun tournament. As a lifelong Rory fan, I've been watching him since 20. I think the first time I remember watching Rory was that I believe it was the U.S. Open
2011.
And it was the one. It was the one when he was it. So he I know he dominated that, but I want to make sure that's the correct one. It was the. Maybe hold on. Let me see here. I gotta remember. It was the round when it was getting really late, and he finished his round in the dark. I forgot what tournament that was.
Oh, wasn't that the PGA?
That might have been the PGA in 2012.
Yeah, or 14.
It was one of those two. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, for the last decade plus, I've been watching Rory. He's been my favorite golfer, and last year was very special to me because he won the Grand Slam, finally got the green jacket. But watching this year was just as special because he joined in a very, very elite group of people to win back-to-back Masters. And it's kind of, you have Tiger and Jack, and then Nick Faldo and Rory. So he's now in the elite group of Grand Slam winners, and he's in the elite group of back-to-back Masters green jacket winners. And that's really cool to me. And it's cool to watch this. I think he's, in my opinion, he's the second most talented golfer ever. I think Tiger's one, and I think Rory's two in terms of talent. And I thought that four majors just was not enough for a guy with his talent. It's just not enough. And he's won two in the last year.
Yeah. 2
Masters. So for me, that I'm very, very excited to see. I'll go back to what I said a little bit before. He mentioned the little lull in his play after he won the Masters last year that me and Trey talked about. Me and Trey said that he was celebrating too much. Maybe he was drinking a little too much. He's a little excited. And he mentioned that in his press conference afterwards. He said, I don't think I'm going to be like that this year, because I think the weight of that off his back kind of made him soft a little bit, because he said the Grand Slam was my destination, and then he said, but then he realized that it's not. He wants to do more. He wants to win more, and he wanted to prove that that wasn't a fluke. So he wins again, and now I really do think that he can win another major this year because he genuinely. He mentioned it. He mentioned that lull in his play, and he knows. And he said that, I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I'm not going to be like that this year. So I think it's. I'm very excited to see. We do have the PGA Championship in a month exactly. Starts a month from. I think starts a month from Thursday or whatever. It's just a month from now in May, and that's going to be at. I know the name of the course. I can't pronounce it very well. It's Aronimink Golf Club. Rory does have the course record here. He has it's a bunch of guys all tied at 63. It's a whole bunch of guys that tied shot of 63. Rory's one of those guys. I do think that Rory can win. Maybe, I don't know. I think that he should be the favorite going into this tournament, but I already know they're going to have Scotty favored because
he's already favorited. He's already favorited because he's the Blaze.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna say something real quick about that real quick.
Go ahead.
So, me and Andy Justice went on the ESPN website. Okay, this is who was favored over Rory McIlroy. It was Scotty Scheffler. It was John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, and then Rory McIlroy. Let's say something about John Rahm real quick. John Rahm has lost his love for golf. I can see it. He sucks now. He sucks. Bryson DeChambeau missed the cut. He had 3D irons last minute. Missed the cut. Scotty Scheffler didn't play. Scotty Scheffler, he looked good in the final round, but the first 3 rounds were awful from him. It was not his standards. It was not his standard at all. He bogeyed the 13th hole on round 3. He bogeyed 15 on round 3. Round 2 went in the water. I mean, let's be real. Like, stop the clips of Scotty Scheffler. Stop it. I'm tired of seeing it. He ain't Tiger Woods. He ain't Rory McIlroy. He's not in my top 5 yet. Let this guy get some time and grow. So
yeah. He had a really good last year. He won 2 majors last year. So a lot of people. I get it. Like, I get why people do that, but he's not been playing the same. He all time, no. He's not top 5 all time. No way. He's not even close to top 5 all time, but he's top 5 right now. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right now,
no.
yeah.
Right now, yeah, no. All time, no. No, not at all. But
he's not in the top 10 yet.
Yeah.
Stop this crap, Travis. Travis, bro.
No, not all time. Absolutely not. No, he's not even better than Brooks Koepka all time. What are we talking about, bro?
No, he's not.
People forget Brooks has five majors.
How about Phil?
Yeah, I could name 15 guys that have more. Scotty has 4 majors, bro. Like, I don't like. He's great. He's great. He's really, really good. He's got 2 green jackets. He's got a PGA. He's got a US. He has the Open. No, he's still not top 5 when we remove all the criminals. The only guy gone is Tiger when we remove all the criminals.
I know he's doing, bro. It's okay, bro. Talking about Nebraska and March Madness, we said Nebraska winning that tournament. He said that he said that to me privately. Yeah, Nebraska winning the whole tournament, bro. I'm like, Nebraska? What? Nebraska's winning the whole tournament in March Madness? That's what Travis said.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny, bro. I mean, no, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna start naming guys. I'm not even gonna include Tiger for you, Travis. Are you ready? Ben Hogan, Jack, Tom Watson, Sam Snead, Player, Rory, Phil, Arnold Palmer, Walter Hagen. There you go, bro. There you go. Those guys are all better than Scotty. Brooks is better than Scotty. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what we're talking about, bro. I think he's just rage baiting you, bro. I think it's just rage baiting you.
I know he did. Doesn't matter. Travis Nebraska still lost the freaking tournament. Doesn't matter. Travis still lost.
Yeah, they did still lose. But yeah, no, I don't. Chill on Scotty top 5. The glaze was crazy. They were glazing that guy like he was
Bro, Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer ever, bro. This is a fact. This is a fact, bro. It's just a fact, bro. I mean, tell me one golfer. Shepard doesn't have 4 majors in a row, does he? No, he doesn't. He didn't win a Grand Slam like Tiger Woods did.
He doesn't have a Grand Slam either. He still needs the US Open for the Grand Slam. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a US Open. His game does not suit a US Open very well. He's not a very long hitter. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Rory's better than Scotty for sure. For sure. I know that's not what he's gonna say, but yeah. And I'm so glad Rory has more majors than Brooks Koepka now. Now I don't have to hear those guys say that, the Brooks fans. I love Brooks. I think he's great. They did. Yeah, happy about that.
I know they did. I will admit that, bro. So
wait, who's your team? He's got like 8 teams. Who are you talking about?
your team, bro. Yeah, I got BYU, UNC, Duke.
Yeah, you get. I don't know what you're talking about. We gotta know which one you're talking about.
Travis said that. Travis told me he hated Tech so much in basketball. But that's what Travis did.
Oh, UNC. Yeah, to be fair, UNC's best player was hurt. So
Yeah, he was.
Caleb Wilson was hurt. It's just, hey, we have the same excuse. JT Toppin was hurt. We don't lose to Bama with JT Toppin. We just don't. Okay. Kind of going back to this, refocusing a little bit. After the back-to-back Masters wins and his 6th major, where do you have Rory ranked all time?
Okay. So you know what? I think talent-wise, I do agree with you. Second best golfer ever.
Yeah, I think talent for sure.
But you know what? I think Jack's still better by a tad bit. I think it's closer than usual. I think it's closer. You know, and here's the reason why I say that. You know, I understand it. You know, Roy didn't win a major for 11 years almost. And yeah, I think Players should count as a major. So he kind of did, but
also the FedEx Cup. He did win 3 FedEx Cups before he won the Masters. So for me, you win $10 million or something ridiculous if you win the FedEx Cup. So Rory has 3 of them. So like if you wanted to count the FedEx Cups as, and by the way, he won all his FedEx Cups before Live. So if you want to say, oh well, he wasn't playing against the Live guys all suck anyways. But if you just want to say that he wasn't playing all the competition, yes, he was. He won in 2016, 2019, and 2022. All the Live guys were there. So yeah, it's just you win $18 million, bro. Like,
so I think he has. So in reality, he has 10 majors, and
if you want to add, it's 11 because he has 2 players and 3.
Okay, 11, yeah.
3 FedEx Cups.
So in reality, then I think he's top 2. I think here's the deal. I think Jack Nicklaus is great. I respect what he did for the game of golf. The 86 Masters is iconic scene when he has that putter up in the air. That picture was 16 shot going to 15. 75 Masters when he had that long putt, the 30-footer for birdie who made it in the final round. I don't understand that stuff. But Jack Nicklaus cannot dominate in today's era. He can't dominate. He can't dominate Tiger Woods in his prime. He can't dominate Rory McIlroy. He can't dominate Brooks Koepka. He probably couldn't even dominate Phil Mickelson. Let's talk about that. How about Ernie Els and BJ Scene and Greg Norman? Vijay Shea was a good golfer in the early 2000s. He was good. He was in the top 5 world rankings.
Oh, yeah.
He really was. And so here's the deal. McIlroy has the best swing ever. Tiger said it too. Tiger had a violent swing, but he even admitted it.
I think Rory has the best swing ever, yeah.
I think he's the best driver of the golf ball we've ever seen. This guy's 5'10", and he can hit the ball farther than as far as DeChambeau. Okay. I think McIlroy winning back-to-back. That hadn't been done since 24 years ago.
Yeah, since Tiger did it.
I was in my mom's womb. I was in my mom's womb, guys. I was about to give birth a month later. Set him like 6 months later for that. Okay, so you have that. Almost a quarter century ago, he won the Masters back to back, and then on top of that, the guy in 2011 U.S. Open, that has to be up there with the Rory McIlroy of all-time tournaments in golf history. So you also have the 2014 PGA when he was shot in the dark. Let's just stop this whole thing. I had a message that he cheated on his wife, that he don't like him because he's not top two because of that. That is baloney, bro. He didn't cheat on his wife. There's no proof of that. There's no proof of that whatsoever. Okay? Like I said, I think Jack Nicklaus is great. I think Arnold Palmer is great. I think Mickelson's great too. I think if it wasn't for Tiger Woods and Mickelson, we have had 10 majors right now, if not more. Okay? I think Brooks Koepka's great. But if you want to add players in FedEx Cup as a major, he's definitely top two golfer of all time. Yesterday, it proved it. This whole tournament proved it in the Masters. Let's just be real right now. Travis, shut up with that crap. Who cares? That's nothing to do on the golf course. Like, bro.
Oh my god.
Anyways, he's a fake tech fan too. He told me that. Travis told me that he hated tech. That he told me that.
Oh, my mic is leaving. Man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I did some thinking about this, and for me, given his success in the FedEx Cup, the Players Championship, and the other four majors, going back to back at Augusta, having the Grand Slam, I have him fourth. I have him fourth all time. That's probably high. I have Tiger, Jack, Player, Rory for me. I know there's a lot of really good golfers who are also have a lot of majors won. If you look at the list, you got Jack, Tiger, Walter Hagen, Ben Hogan had 9, Player had 9, Tom Watson had 8. A bunch of guys have 7, including Sam Seed, Bobby Jones, Gene Sarazen, Harry Vardon, a lot of guys. And then the guys at 6 are Rory, Lee Trevino, Nick Faldo, Phil, Byron, and then a bunch of guys have 5. So for me, I have him 4. I think Walter Hagen played before World War One. He did. I respect what this guy did. The Masters tournament wasn't a thing. I don't believe because we were at our 90th Masters. This guy played over 100 years ago, so he never won any Masters. I do believe he got to play in a couple. I don't actually. No, he didn't. He didn't get to play in any. No, he did. Because the first. No, he didn't. I'm a liar. The first one was 1936. He was done winning in 1929. So he didn't even get to play in a Masters. It's just too old for me. Sorry, bro. It's just too old for me. Ben Hogan was great. He had a legendary 9-year run where he won 9 majors, including 2 Masters. I really like Ben Hogan, but I do think that golf started really becoming strong in terms of competition a couple years later, kind of when Gary Player started coming out. The Gary Player / Jack Nicklaus era is when I think golf really started to become popular. More people started playing it. I think Gary Player has the second best swing ever. I think it's so smooth. I think you could also argue a lot of other guys like Ben Hogan as well, who had incredible swings. But you got Gary Player at 9. I respect Gary a lot because he won a lot during Jack's era. So I have him at 3. And then there's a bunch of guys, who you could say Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer, Bobby Jones, a lot of those guys. For me, because of Rory's success at the FedEx Cup, which is, guys, it's a major. you win $18 million when you win the tournament. It's a major. It's definitely a major. That is over 4 times the amount of money that you win when you win the Masters. In my opinion, it's a major. It's the culmination of a season-long series of tours, tournaments, and then the FedEx Cup. And Rory won 3 of them. And if you want to say, well, it was before the format changed, is when if you had the most points, you started 10 under. Yeah, in 2022, Rory did not start 10 under. He was like the 6th guy on the list. He started like 4 under. And Scotty, everyone's golden boy, he started 10 under and Rory won that tournament. So for me, I think that elevates him to 4 for me, because I just have a high amount of respect for Gary Player. So I have him 3. Tiger, Jack 2, Tiger 1. For me, if Rory does win the double Grand Slam, so if he wins the US or the US Open and the Open again, and he has the double career Grand Slam, I will put him 3rd. And you could maybe convince me to put him 2nd. So just, he would be one of 2 guys. There's only 2 guys on the planet that have the double career Grand Slam. That's Jack and Tiger. Ben Hogan didn't have it. Gary Player didn't have it. Tom Watson didn't have it. Harry Vardon didn't have it. Harry Vardon has 7 championships, majors. 6 of them are the Open. He couldn't win anywhere else. He has 1 U.S. Open, and then that's it. Tom Watson has 5 Opens, 2 Masters, 1 Open, 1 U.S. Open. Like Arnold Palmer has 4 Masters, 1. He never won the PGA. There's some of these guys don't have the career Grand Slam, which is also what puts me to put Rory 4. When there's guys that have more majors than him. All the guys ahead of him: Harry Vardon, Bobby Jones, Gene Saracen, Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino, or not Lee Trevino. He has 6 too, but all those guys have 7. None of them have the career Grand Slam. Tom Watson has 8, no career Grand Slam. And that's kind of why I have him 4. So if he wins a double Grand Slam, we'll have some very interesting conversations. But yeah, that's where I have Rory. I have him 4. I would put guys like Phil and Arnold Palmer right after him. I have a lot of respect for Phil because he won in Tiger's era. And I have a lot of respect for Arnold Palmer because he makes a really good sweet tea and lemonade mixture. It tastes really good.
I agree. I agree on that.
So I gotta go with my boy Arnold Palmer at right after Rory 5, and then I have Phil at 6. In my opinion, that's me. So, Gav, after ranking that, it's time. I think we know the answer to this, but give me your top 3 sporting events.
Okay. Here's my top 3. Number 1 is the Masters. I think the Masters. Here's the deal. The Masters is the greatest sports event of all time. Yesterday proved it. This whole week proved it. March Madness was terrible this previous year. It was one of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Some people didn't watch it because it was not that good matchups. I didn't watch Texas, dude. Like, I'm not gonna watch an underdog team. And Iowa was just terrible because they basically suffered conversation. The first round, you have Harold, some college from Washington D.C. No one even heard of. Play against Michigan. He got blown out by 40 points.
Got blown out, bro.
Like, that was who made that freaking bracket?
Yeah.
You'd be drunk. You're drunk. That was a waste of my energy to watch that. Anyways, so for me, it's the Masters. I'm gonna say the World Series. I like baseball. I think last year was amazing with the you had the Dodgers. You also had that one night went to 3 a.m. and then that's just the whole thing. Number 3, I probably give you the NBA Finals because I like the NBA Finals a lot. I think it's playoff basketball. I love to sit there and watch LeBron play. With the 16 finals, with that one, with the 92 finals of Jordan and Kobe. So that's mine. That's one of mine. March Madness was awful, dude. The March Madness was so bad, Travis, that I fell asleep in one of them, bro. At work, we were talking about during work I have sports people in Amarillo. They didn't even freaking cover because it was that bad. Except for the Hawson brothers. That's all the thing you got out of it. And Amarillo. I get it, it's a local town, but dude, First, Tate didn't talk about March Madness a lot this year like they did the previous years. Neither did Sports Center. Neither did the First Things First of the Herd. It was a freaking boring sporting event this year, Travis. It was boring. Like, dude, who wants to watch freaking a team from Washington D.C. get blown by 45 points? And then Iowa, the final national championship round, national championship. That was the most boring thing I've seen in my life. They missed 23 threes combined. It was 56-60 at the half. That is flat out 90s basketball, 80s basketball, bro. That's how bad it was. It was bad. It was so bad, bro. It was bad, Travis. It was so bad, I almost fell asleep. The Masters has a piano theme song. March Madness doesn't have that. They don't have Jim Nance. They don't have Jim Nance. Mark, what's his name? What's his name? Dang it. Kevin Harlan saying, "Oh my God, that's what they made it so epic was him calling the game." That's more entertaining than watching. Like, you're like, bro, I'm being for real. It was like watching the 1985 NBA Finals. That's how bad it was. It was like watching the 80s basketball. No skill whatsoever. It was bad. So, Travis, I get it. You love basketball, but brother, it was bad.
Yeah. March Madness was a little rough this year. I think there was two good games. The UConn Duke game and the Iowa Florida game are the only ones I really remember. It's kind of rough. The national championship wasn't, unfortunately, not very good. Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole point, though. That's kind of the whole point of March Madness is you get upsets like that. But the problem is NIL will eventually make Cinderella runs never happen anymore. And that's just the unfortunate. And, you know, the promise was that, okay, NIL will probably kill the Cinderella, but you're going to get elite matchups between really good teams with high level players. And we see that and people get blown out and it's just like, whatever, you know.
Okay, one more thing, Travis, no one can watch every single game of the freaking tournament, bro. No one can watch the whole tournament, Nick. Travis, people have stuff to do. Either I'm gonna watch something at school. I can't watch it at school. I can't watch it at work till I'm done editing the news. I can't just watch every single game of this tournament, Travis. Travis, good for you. You want a cookie? Do you want a cookie, Travis?
If you actually watched every game of the tournament, you must have been so bored for most of the time.
For real, you must have been bored. I'm guessing they have school. Hey, props to you, bro. Props to your school for not giving you class.
It really wasn't a great. It wasn't a great tournament. I'm a big fan of March Madness, and I didn't think that was a very good tournament.
Travis, I'm not gonna get my money up, bro. I don't have time watching all this freaking games. Right, it's 5 games going on at one time. YouTube TV can only do 4 at once, bro. And top of that, I got school, I got church, I got work, I gotta go to the gym. I listen to it at the gym, but dude, I cannot watch every game, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
And plus I'm married too, brother.
It was. Yeah, no, it wasn't a great tournament. It wasn't a great tournament. I think it's valid to say that. I think there was no real Cinderellas. Michigan just gave belt to everybody, and it was just, you know, the UConn game was really good between Duke, and the Iowa Florida game was really good, and that was kind of it. There wasn't very many other really good games, and like, you know, there's probably a couple good games here and there. Those were like, oh my God, March Madness level games. So,
Travis, bro, you were bored as heck watching every single game, probably, bro.
There was a lot of bad games. So for me, I'm gonna say my favorite sporting events. One is the Masters. I do believe it's just the best sporting event. And then it kind of gets nasty. The thing is, and the reason why golf is why, you know, the Masters can be the best sporting event in my opinion, is that it's a individual sport, but there's a lot of individuals, right? In tennis, it's different. That's another individual sport. But for golf, it's like you can follow your favorite guy the whole time. And if he makes the cut, he has a chance, that kind of stuff. In team sports, you can have a favorite player and he's on a crappy team and the guy never touches the championship game. He never touches the Super Bowl. He never touches the NBA championship. He never touches the NCAA championship. He never touches, any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like it can create such good moments because it's the one guy, it's one guy versus the course versus the field. And you're not going to watch every single NBA finals. I guarantee you nobody here watched the Heat versus the Nuggets.
I forgot that actually happened, dude. I forgot. It was bad.
Yeah, you probably forgot. It was just not good. You know what I mean? It was just not good at all. You probably didn't. TGL is not better than the Masters. They have so much money and they're hitting off of like the worst simulators ever for some reason. I don't know why. Why don't they just use Foresight? It's weird. I don't know.
Travis, TGL is great, but when Tiger Woods is not playing it, it's bad.
I've only watched it. I've only watched it when Tiger and Rory played. It's cool. It's cool, yeah, but cool. The technology is awesome. He's just rage baiting.
I know he is.
I got the Masters one, and then it gets tough for me because I think I really enjoy the.
Okay, Travis, you're twisting the words, brother. Hey, you're twisting the words.
He's pulling a tray.
I know he is. I did that to him. It said that Doug Smoke, but how's it Doug Smoke if it's an animal? Like, what?
Okay. Anyways, I got the Masters one, and then it kind of gets really tough for me. The last couple of March Madnesses, the only one I really watched all the way through was last year's because Tech made it to the Elite Eight, and I just went ahead and watched all the way through. I actually don't think I watched the Florida Houston game, and then 2019 when Tech made it all the way to the national championship. Last year's was good. It was a great tournament. The Tech Arkansas game was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. That was a great tournament. I just don't know I don't know who I'd go to. It's just jumbled up. I enjoy the NBA playoffs, but I can't say that's a sporting event. You can't say the whole playoffs is a sporting event. It's like 2 months long. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just, and then I really enjoy F1, but it's hard to say which race is your favorite. It can't really be a sporting event because is it Abu Dhabi? But it's really tough because it's season long. Each, the champion 9 times out of 10 is already decided before the last actual race. So that's hard to quantify if that counts. The World Cup, I think that's a great one. I really enjoy the World Cup. But the thing is that it's every 4 years. It's the same as the Olympics. It takes 4 years of hype. So I think for this, we should only count things that happen each year, like one singular sporting event. And the problem is that there's a lot. It's tough to quantify. You could say the Super Bowl. Guys, I didn't watch the Super Bowl last year. I watched the first 3 drives. Drake May looked like he got ran over by a bus, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Did you watch Bad Bunny?
No, I did not watch Bad Bunny.
I didn't know what he was saying, dude.
And there's a couple NBA finals. The 2016 NBA finals is probably the greatest NBA finals ever.
I agree.
I really do enjoy the World Series. I really enjoy the World Series baseball. Even if the Rangers aren't in it, I watched every game last year. I watched every game the year before. I watched every year, obviously, when the Rangers beat the Razorbacks. Obviously, I watched that. So maybe I would actually because I love I love baseball when stakes are actually important. World Series is really good. The World Series is really, really good. Even last year when everyone thought the Dodgers were just going to blow everybody out, Blue Jays took it to 7. That was a fantastic series. So I think I would put the World Series up there because I watch a lot of baseball. The World Baseball Classic's great too. I don't like it too much when, the World Series when the teams are going band for band, tough to beat that. It's tough to beat that. That it gets so electric. I'm not even a big baseball guy. Like I follow it. I have come to appreciate baseball more over the last couple of years.
Me too, dude. Even the World Baseball Classic too has because that. Oh, never mind. That doesn't count. I forgot about that. That's not one. It doesn't happen every year.
It doesn't happen every year, but it's really good. Unless Aaron Judge is literally choking his socks off and loses.
Dude, I hate that guy. You know what's crazy? The other night, so the Yankees lost. Okay, I was watching last night. The other nights,
dude, they're struggling, bro.
You know what happened? This guy can't hit a freaking home run now. He can't hit anything. Get rid of the captain of Aaron Judge. Put Juan Carlos Stanton as the captain, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I love the World Series when they're going band for band. So I would have to put that up there. I know the Masters is one for me. And then it kind of gets tough. It gets tough. You get the World Series. I really like the Olympics, but I don't think you can count that because it's every 4 years and there's 500 different sports. But
which one? The winter or summer?
I like both. I like both the winter and the summer Olympics. I watched all the winter Olympics this last time around for just because I love figure skating. So
I like figure skating too.
He picked up what I was putting down. I appreciate you, Trey. Thank you, bro. Yeah, that was good.
I like it for obvious reasons.
I like figure skating. There's a lot of reasons. I just like figure skating, bro. I think figure skating's great. Anyways, so we can't count the Olympics every 4 years. So I'm going to go Masters. I'm going to say consistently. I think consistently. I do enjoy more. I think I'm going to have a tie because I'm just a lazy bum. I think March Madness and man, the problem with the NBA Finals is basketball is my favorite sport. Golf's right behind it. But if it's not a good finals, it's just not a good finals. It's just gross. Because even in the Masters, if it's like not technically a good Masters, you're watching somebody probably go crazy. And it's just so much fun when someone gets stupid hot. You know what I mean? And there's going to be great shots still. There's going to be great, players still playing really good. Like when Scotty won it in 22, when Rory got second, Scotty could not miss a shot, bro. And Rory was right there. And Rory had that bunker hole out on 18. And it's like, all Scotty needs to do is just a couple bogeys. And this dude just kept putting it to 2 feet. And it was just like really hard to watch as a Rory fan. But at the same time, as a golf fan, it's just like, bro, like he's got it, bro. He's just, so even in those cases, you know what I mean? It's hard. You could say that. You could say a great March Madness is better than a great Masters. But I think the average Masters is better than the average March Madness.
I agree.
Like, the thing is, though, I watched all that round yesterday. My booty cheeks were clenched the whole time, bro. The whole time. From 1:25 to 6 o'clock. I couldn't breathe. Like, that's another thing. It's so long. Like, the rounds are so long. In basketball games, 48 minutes done. 48 minutes done. And in this case, for March Madness, 40 minutes done. 40 minutes done. You know what I mean? So like the best Masters you're going to get is probably the best sporting event you're ever going to watch. A good Masters is great to watch. A good tournament is a good March Madness is great to watch. It's tough. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like 2025 Masters. Yeah, exactly. So like worldwide events, creation, the birth of Christ, the 2025 Masters, World War II. Like that, like that's the order.
World War II, what?
That's the order. Yeah, World War II. It changed everything for the United States. You know what I mean? We became a world power, the world
Okay,
power
yeah.
after World War II. So like, I think like 25, but even this Masters was closer. It was closer. You would say, well, they went to a playoff the playoff. Oh yeah, I forgot about the playoff. But there was a lot of guys within a shot. You know, this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Last year it was Rosie and Rory, but those two playoff holes, bro. I genuinely thought I was going to poop my pants, bro. I genuinely thought I was going to poop my pants watching this, bro.
Dude, that was stressful, bro. I was like, dude,
I'm very thankful Rory did not put me through that. Can you imagine though?
if you lost it, man.
Scotty, well, yeah, but Scotty had a putt on 17. He missed it by an inch. And if that putt goes in and Rory bogeys on the 18th, we have a
dude, full swing is fire, bro.
A playoff between Rory and Scotty. That'd have been crazy. But me and Trey and Travis talked about this. I think if Scotty made that and was 12 under, I think Rory would have hit a 3-wood off the tee on 18 and played a little safer, played for par there. He knew he had 2 shots to play with. That's why he took driver. He had a horrible drive, but he got bailed out. It wasn't a terrible lie, and it was so far right he's able to at least get it to that greenside bunker. And hey, Bryson, did you notice how Rory was able to hit the ball out of the bunker? Yeah, you should probably not use a seven iron length sand wedge. Just a thought. Yeah, I think Bryson should completely rethink his entire thing. And you might say, well, he's won 2 majors doing it. He has won 2 majors doing it. And he's probably never going to win another major again because he can't stop the lefts. He can't stop the hooks, bro.
I thought you meant like the lefts? Yeah.
The lefts. He hit it left.
He did.
He's pulling it left over and over, and he doesn't know why. And yeah, his swing was definitely out of sync for sure, but all your clubs are upright because they're all the same length. You're hitting a 9-iron into a 200-yard green. You're going to pull it left, bro. Like I love Bryson. He needs to work on some stuff.
He's worried about YouTube golf, bro. He's worried about YouTube golf.
I think he should put his wedges back at traditional length. I think that he should, do a couple clubs at traditional length instead of the 1 length stuff. He's worried about, YouTube videos, all that stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to go long way to say it. Masters, March Madness, World Series, NBA Finals. We should do that. Like those are tied. The Masters won. So speaking of the NBA Finals, we're going to move on, guys. We're going to go over to that was an hour of Masters talk. Worth it.
Travis, he got a full swing. I can't wait to watch it, bro. Last year's, bro. I can't wait for that. When Roy wins the Masters and then that Ryder Cup, bro. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Full swing.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about the NBA playoff bracket. It is set. There's a couple things I want to discuss briefly before we kind of look at some other things. So Western Conference round 1. What you smiling about, bro?
Not you. I know you're gonna do.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna do nothing.
You're gonna see the Browns go, and I'm gonna be like, I gotta watch more games.
I'm not saying nothing. Here you go. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about this. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start on the Eastern Conference side. A play-in Hornets Heat, Sixers Magic. The winner of Hornets Heat plays the loser of Sixers Magic. The winner of that plays the Pistons. I don't care who it is. I think the Pistons win. I think the Hornets could make an interesting round 1 for them.
Yeah.
But the winner of 7-8, Sixers Magic plays the Celtics. And then at the 3-6, you have the Hawks versus the Knicks. I think that could be a good series. 4-5 Raptors, Celtics, or Raptors, Cavaliers. I think that could be as well.
Yeah.
That's W hating from Travis.
I got Travis rage baited the other day. He was so mad.
Going over to the Western Conference play-in. The 9-10 is Clippers Warriors. The winner of that plays the loser of the Suns Trailblazers. The winner of that plays the Thunder. I don't think any of those teams could give the Thunder any kind of series. Maybe the Clippers could win a game, maybe. But outside of that, I don't think anyone's touching them. And then the winner of Suns Trailblazers plays the Spurs. I think the Spurs sweep whoever they play there. The 3-6 is the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. Depending on Ant-Man's health, that could be a very interesting series because Ant-Man has proven he can at least beat the Nuggets. And then the 4-5, LeBron versus
Kevin
the
Durant.
Rockets. Kevin Durant. Okay. We're going to break this down, and you know where we're starting, guys.
Yeah.
Lakers versus Rockets. There were reports that Luka will be back with the team ahead of game one. That does not mean he's playing game one. He's probably not going to play game one. My estimation is that he plays game game three, which would be that would be so they tip off on the 18th, and game two would be, or game three would be, I don't actually know what game three would be, but I do think that Luka will play game three. That being said, if he doesn't play this series, do you think LeBron can lead the Lakers to beat the Rockets in the first round? If Luka and AR is not coming back, AR probably wouldn't be able to come back till the second or third round. Luka won't be back till game three probably, but let's say Luka can't play the first round. Do you think LeBron can beat the Rockets by himself? Him and Bronny.
Okay. Him and his sperm, yeah. So here's the deal about this. Okay? I watch reports I like to watch sports shows, you know. I like Stephen A. I like Greeny. I think here's the deal. LeBron James, I think he can do it. D.R. Rose the last 10 games, he's averaging around 22 points per game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 assists a game, with 62% from the field at 41. The other night against Golden State, he had 28 triple double. Against Phoenix, he had a 26-point game, double. Let's just be for real right now. I understand he's 41 years old, but this is what makes LeBron great. LeBron can carry teams on his back since day one of being a Cleveland Cavalier back in 2004, 2003 season at 18 years old. That's what he's done. So this whole hatred of LeBron, come on, bro. The dude did it in 2018 with a freaking badge. I mean, I forgot. It was Larry Nance Jr., George Hill,
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, he was high.
Kevin Love was there still.
Kevin Love was good, but he wasn't the same guy.
No, his shoulder, after that shoulder injury.
Yeah, like, let's just be for real right now. This guy has done it his whole career. This is LeBron's goal case right here, okay? I'm going to give LeBron goal case. LeBron James, not one person has ever shouldered anybody has not once carried an all-NBA team player on a second ring, except for LeBron James. He's carried everyone. Like Saturnis Okauskas in 2009. What happened to him? You got Mo Williams. You got Delonte West. That's all you got. And LeBron carried this team in 28. Like, this guy can do it. This has been his whole career, is carrying teams on his back that shouldn't be nowhere close of stepping a postseason in their lives. So, I think he can do it.
Okay. If LeBron James, at the ripe age of 41 years old in year 23, beats the Rockets without Luka, without AR, with the second best player being Marcus Smart, beating KD, Şengün, Amin Thompson, all those guys, you can't ever talk to me about MJ again, bro. You can't do it, bro. You can't do it, bro.
I gotta watch my games, Nick.
If LeBron James, the Lakers, by the way, without Luka and AR in this series, are a massive underdog. I know they're the 4 seed. The Rockets are the 5 seed. let me just go to game one real quick. Let me see who the favorite is in game. Obviously, it's the
The
Rockets.
Rockets, man.
But let me just take a little look here. Houston at the Lakers. They're at the Lakers. They're favored by 5.5. If LeBron James pulls this off, and Luka will probably be back game 3. So in all reality, if LeBron can win one game and it's 1-1 going to Houston and Luka can play, I think he's done his job. If Luka can't play at all this series and LeBron wins it, I don't want to hear it anymore. I just 41-year-old beating a loaded Rockets team. I just don't want to hear it. I genuinely just don't want to hear it. I think they need Luka to make a deep playoff run. I do. I think they need Luka to make a deep playoff run, and I think they need Luka to even contend, because obviously the next round would be against the Thunder, which would be a no chance without Luka or AR. But if they beat them, if they beat the Rockets, Luka comes back, something could happen. Something could happen for sure. Yeah, so kind of going into this next week, we'll kind of make our full predictions on this, because I kind of want to see. I want to see if where Luka's at. I want to see that, and I want to see the full bracket after the play-in games are done. The first play-in game starts tomorrow, I believe.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Heat versus Hornets, Blazers versus Suns. So we'll break down the bracket when the full bracket's actually set, and we can know who's playing who in the first round. So we'll break that down. But if LeBron James, who, by the way, since AR has been out and Luka's been out, has been averaging a calm 28, 6, and 12 on elite efficiency, by the way, can beat the Rockets or even win a couple games before Luka gets there, I'm going to be insufferable. All you guys who watch, who have MJ's the GOAT, you better pray to God, to the basketball gods, to the Rockets, that they beat the Lakers in this series. Because if LeBron James by himself at 41 beats the Rockets, I'm going to be. You thought I was insufferable before? All the people who watch our pod that have MJ's the GOAT probably hate me. They probably hate me. And honestly, valid. That's valid. You guys better hope and pray that the Rockets beat the Lakers, because I will be an insufferable, absolute boasting doofus about this, just so you guys know. So yeah, we'll break down the full bracket next week when we know who's playing who.
For me though, I don't have it go yet. I gotta watch more games.
Sorry, that was you talking. That's how you look when you say that. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit more before we move over to some other news. So one of the big topics of this year in the NBA has been tanking. It has kind of diminished a lot of the regular season. What do you think about tanking? Do you think tanking has kind of stained the NBA a little bit?
I think it has the past couple of years, because Adam Silver's an idiot.
He's just an absolute doofus. That is true.
Like, David Stern would never have to let this happen. Everybody out there has been a basketball fan for as long as I have, even since before me and Nick, since the 80s and 90s. I hope y'all do miss David Stern. Hope y'all do, because this guy has ruined the NBA. Okay, for instance, who wants to watch on last night? It was the NBA last season and regular season. Okay, it was the Raptors versus somebody else. I forgot the team, because it was on ESPN. Who wants to watch that kind of game? They're tanking.
It's bad.
Like, that's awful.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the deal. The NBA is about to lose some fan base, bro. They're about to lose some fan base. I'm being so fair when I say this. I like to watch old games because of the early 2000s, late 2010s, the 2010s, early 2020s was good basketball. But this is awful. I understand it. Tanking's been there since like since Magic Johnson was there, before Magic. Okay, this is bad. We got to stop this notion that tanking is good for the NBA.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam Silver, you need to wake the heck up, buddy. I promise you, if I was president of the country right now, I would be investigating you real quick because your stuff is crap. Who watches the NBA? Like, bro, you're tanking a team. The Utah Jazz suck. Who's gonna watch that team? If I'm in town, I ain't watching that team versus the freaking who's a bad team out there?
Bro, those the Kings.
The Kings. I'm not gonna watch that. The Wizards. I was in Virginia a couple of weeks ago. A month ago. I was gonna see a game. It wasn't worth it. I'm like, I ain't gonna watch it. I can't do it. Okay, yeah, Trae Young's there. You have Anthony Davis is there, but dude, I'm not watching the Kings versus the Wizards, or I'm not gonna watch the Heat versus the Wizards. I don't care if he's grabbed 83 points or not. It was bad.
Yeah,
like let's just stop it, bro. The NBA has ruined itself. This is Adam Silver's fault.
yeah.
He has ruined the NBA. He's ruining it. He's ruining a sport that I love. I love LeBron. I love Kobe. I love Jordan. Like, bro, we got to stop this notion, bro. You're a terrible commissioner, Adam Silver. This is all on you, brother. If you lose fan bases, here's the deal. Y'all just signed a 10+ year with Amazon NBC as your new media partner. I won't be surprised if they cut you off their streaming services, bro. I won't be surprised. Because who's gonna watch a bad team?
Yeah.
I'm not watching the bad teams, bro. I only watch. These are the teams I watch: the Lakers, the Rockets, the Spurs, the Knicks, and that's it. You know why? Because and also Minnesota too, and the Timberwolves. I didn't watch Curry this season because Curry, that team sucks, bro. They're tanking them within the organization. This team's the NBA is ruining itself. Tanking has stained the NBA big time, and it's sad, but it's true.
Yeah, I kind of agree with all of that. I really think that tanking is made half of the games not even worth watching. Even if your favorite team's playing against a tanker, your favorite players are going to play for 10 minutes and they're going to be up 30 and sit out because this team's actively trying to lose. And they tried to address the tanking by just making more teams tank. It's just a horrible idea. Adam Silver is just really bad. I've never liked him too much as a commissioner, and I don't think he's done anything to prove that he can actually do it. So, yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. College basketball and the NBA both have a problem. College basketball is an NIL problem, and the NBA has a tanking problem. And I'm very interested to see how both people try to figure it out. So,
well, I know that President Trump had an NIL meeting with Nick Saban and trying to figure it out because I think NIL has also ruined basketball and football combined.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's done as much damage to football as it has basketball because of the way football is. There's just so many players on each team. And like, even before NIL in football, there was like, you hardly saw upsets in the college football playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the game. So I don't think it's done as much damage there. And I actually think NIL's helped a couple teams in football actually be able to compete with those, blue chip, blue blood organizations like Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, LSU. Okay. So I don't think it's done as much damage to football as to basketball, because now in basketball, Michigan, I know everyone's talked about this, only two of their actual rotational guys had been there. You know what I mean? Only two of those guys had actually been there, and the rest of them were transfers. So I think that, the transfer portal definitely needs to be looked at for both college football and college basketball, but it's doing more damage to college basketball, in my opinion. So,
like in college basketball, you won't see more underdogs in March Madness, bro. You won't never see it again.
Like, I think the Cinderella's dead. I genuinely just think the Cinderella's dead. I don't think our best Cinderella was an 11 seed. Like,
wasn't Iowa, right? Iowa was
Texas. Iowa was a 9 seed. Texas was an 11 seed. And
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I'm just like, man, I think the Cinderella's dead. So I do, and I'm interested to see how they try to fix that, how they try to work on that, both the NBA and the NCAA, or if they even try anything, or if the sports just start to dwindle away a bit. Because LeBron's about to retire soon, Steph Curry's about to retire soon, KD's about to retire soon. I'm interested to see how NBA ratings are after that happens, after this kind of old guard of elites, retire. LeBron's not going to be here forever. It sure looks like he can play till he's 50, but I don't think he will. Um, like, so I'm interested to see where that goes. I'm going over to college basketball though. Your guys, UNC, they made a really, I didn't see this one coming. They hired Mike Malone as their head coach. Yeah, they get Mike Malone. I think he's a great coach. He won a championship in Denver. As the UNC guy, the BYU guy, the Duke guy,
Well, here's the deal. I'm a diehard UNC fan. I think BYU will be terrible next season when HL that Bensal leaves.
Probably.
But here's the deal. Michael Malone is actually shocked. I was actually shocked about this move. I was shocked because
Me too.
not a lot of NBA coaches coaching college level. It's rare that happens. I know you see a lot in the NFL and college football, but not like college basketball and NBA. I'm actually happy for this move because you have a good recruit coming in. 3 of them with Kenny the Jet Smith's son. Oh man, I gotta look at the recruit list. I remember seeing on First Take. North Carolina. Recruit coming in. Commits. So we're gonna have a 5-star Dylan Mingo coming in. We have 4-star Maximum Adams. Well, I like that name, bro. You also have Nicotiakis Avilis, transfer guard coming out of Virginia Tech. And then right now we're and also you have Kenny the Jet Smith's son as well. So I'm excited to see what this team does. Like we need someone like that. Like I think UNC needs to be up there with Duke, and if that should have been Duke and UNC in the Final Four instead of UNC like Duke and UConn. But I think this is good for basketball. So thank you UNC for making a move instead of hiring within the family. Like Cooper Davis was a terrible coach. That's just how it was.
Yeah. I think it's a great pickup. I think he's going to do well there. Crazy that they have Mike Malone and Bill Belichick over there at Chapel Hill. So hopefully one of those guys can turn it around for the one of the more well-known colleges. So yeah. Kind of going to some other news. Yeah, so the Emmys are coming out. My guys over at First Things First got a little nomination there for Best Daily Sports Talk Show. Very happy for them. I do believe the Emmys is on the May 13th or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me just double check here.
Yeah, it's September 14th.
September 14th.
Hold on, let me see something. I don't know that's right.
Look up the sports Emmys. Maybe May 26th. The sports Emmys. It's a different Emmys. Yeah, the sports Emmys on May 26th. I was like, hold on, I don't think that's right. But yeah, there's a lot of nominees there. First Things First makes it on there. Really excited for them. Hopefully they win it. We'll see. It'll probably go to Sports Center or something like that, but it'd be cool if First Things First could win that. So, and yeah, your guy made the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame, or the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, Stephen A. Smith. I don't even know, what was it called again?
That's what it's called. The cable. I mean, it's not just him. It's also like,
yeah, there's other guys that were in there.
I saw that, not just sports people. I saw that Sean Hannity made it.
Yeah,
congrats to him.
Just broadcaster. Just if you're on the radio.
Yeah, like media, like TV, cable, news.
Yeah.
I know that Stephen A made it. Sean Hannity made it this year, and Brett Baer made it. So congrats to Brett Baer.
Yeah.
I like Brett Baer.
Congrats to all those guys. That's really cool for all of them. Kind of the crowning achievement, making the Hall of Fame. And hopefully, first things first, can make that Emmy. And hopefully, Rory can win 2 majors this year. 2.
Oh,
If he wins more than that, I'd be grateful. I'd be very happy. But if he won the Masters, and I would really like to see him win the U.S. Open or the Open. He already has 2 PGAs. If he wants to go ahead and win the PGA too, you go ahead and win the PGA, man. I don't care. Just go for it. But yeah, I'm really excited for the major season in golf. We're officially in major season. PGA's in a month from now. And then a month later will be the U.S. Open, and then we'll be capped off by the Open Championship later in July. So I'm really excited for that, for all those tournaments, and seeing how the major golf world stacks up, and then we'll have the FedEx Cup as well. And hopefully we can see Brooks win one. I'd like to see Brooks win one. He needs an Open. He doesn't have an Open. He has PGA and U.S. Open. He does need an Open Championship and a Masters to complete that Grand Slam. I know Scotty needs a U.S. Open to complete the Grand Slam, and I do believe Jordan Spieth also needs a. Is it a PGA or is it a
PGA? He won the U.S. Open, like dominated it.
Yeah,
back in 2017, he dominated that U.S. Open, bro. It was insane.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he needs a PGA to win his career Grand Slam, and then I think
that's it.
I know Phil also needs a.
Oh, he's done, bro. He's done.
Yeah, I know he's old. He's not going to win again. But just like the other guys, he does need a U.S. Open. He's been second 6 times.
That's brutal.
That's brutal, man. That is so brutal.
He had it in 2006. It was in the final pairing, and then he just blew it.
Yeah,
and then against Penn Stewart in '99. Penn Stewart was outshining that guy, bro. R.I.P. Penn Stewart.
That's rough. And then Rosie beat him in 2013.
That's crazy, bro.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to get it again. I think he's done. He's 55. I don't think he's going to win again. But he's one of those other guys that does need a one more to get that career Grand Slam. So, but yeah, really excited for the NBA playoffs. Really excited to watch LeBron have to carry a team again, like it's 2018. And yeah, I'm really excited for the PGA next month. We'll talk more NBA kind of leading up to this. The playoffs starting next week. Game 1s will have already been played, so we'll kind of break down, talk about what we think, because the full bracket will be set, and we'll be able to talk about that as well. Talk about those game 1s. Really excited for that. So, but yeah, guys, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for going over the Masters with us. We love the Masters here. Excited, my guy got it again. He got it again, man. He got it again. So,
what is it? What do you want, Travis? You little cutie patootie. Love child. Dude, shut up, bro. You're on crack. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. This guy, bro.
Trey loves you. All right. We're going to get out of here before Trey and Travis start fighting again. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, drop down your favorite sports events in the comments. We'd love to hear it if you're watching later. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll see you guys next Monday for a regular scheduled episode, talking about a lot of NBA playoffs. So we're excited for that. And yeah, we enjoy it. I'm going to go watch the Masters again because I want to watch Rory win it again. So yeah, appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your week. Have a strong week. We'll see you next week then. See ya. Y'all have a good one.